is 7 National News. Here are the headlines. Cabinet approves UAE Appreciation Award to Elna Emiratis. UAE ranked 7th in the world for its efficiency of government spending. 6.5 magnitude earthquake jolts northern Japan. And in our top story, an award to honour Emiratis who exhibit outstanding efforts in serving the nation and its citizens has been approved. The Cabinet on Sunday passed the establishment of the UAE Appreciation Award to honour Emiratis for their outstanding efforts. The meeting was chaired by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, at the Presidential Palace. The UAE Appreciation Award is aimed at developing excellence in all national work sectors and consolidating the important part played by Emiratis in comprehensive development. Additionally, the award will honour the role of researchers and innovators in the field of applied sciences. Also present at the meeting were Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Presidential Affairs, and Lieutenant General Sheikh Saif bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Interior. The General Civil Aviation Authority has discussed bilateral air transport relations with Aeronautical Authority of Austria. According to Emirates news agency WAM, this came during a meeting of Omar bin Khaleb, Deputy Director General of the UAE General Civil Aviation Authority, with officials from the Aeronautical Authority of Austria in Vienna. During the talks, both countries expressed their desire to further promote their aeronautical relations, with progress achieved on the Air Services Agreement text. Of 139 countries monitored, the UAE has been ranked 7th in the world for its efficiency of government spending, according to the 2010-11 Global Competitiveness Report of the World Economic Forum. The report praised the UAE's ability to enhance the efficiency of its government spending and transparency, vital elements which decide the competitiveness of countries. A series of initiatives and improvements aimed at securing optimum use of resources in sustainable sectors exemplified the UAE's leadership vision and strategy to secure the country's prosperity. According to the report, the 2011-13 Zero-Based Budget Initiative of the UAE government was most outstanding in increasing efficiency of government spending. Future energy flows are shifting east. At least that is what experts predict as one of 3 emerging trends to affect the fundamentals of the energy and oil trade. Experts today discussed a range of fundamental drivers of the energy market as part of the DIFC economic workshops. June Wrigley has more.
Major shifts in the energy markets are taking place. No longer are energy and oil trades looking to traditional markets of the US and Europe, but now these trade flows are all eastbound. In 2010, it was estimated that 75% of all exports of the GCC region went to the Asia-Pacific region, with China as the main destination.
The most important thing is this shift eastward in terms of the energy market, and particularly for oil. Asia, dominated by China, is now the biggest client of Middle East oil and GCC oil in particular. Last year, for example, China became Saudi Arabia's biggest customer, replacing the United States. So that shift towards emerging markets in general, towards the east, is now starting to dominate trading, trade flows, and increasingly investment in the oil and energy market.
It's no secret that Saudi Arabia maintains the world's largest total crude production capacity of over 12 million barrels per day. But what is surprising is that in 2010, China overtook the US and Europe to become Saudi's biggest client. This represents a paradigm shift in oil trade patterns and the likely development of new alliances with Chinese companies in both upstream and downstream oil sectors. As emerging economies such as China require more energy, experts also concluded that the Gulf region, particularly Saudi Arabia, needs to change its energy intensity and efficiency while growing its renewable energy sector.
We use 2 to 3 times as much energy as Europe to produce the same quantity of goods. And a country like Saudi Arabia uses as much oil as a country like Germany, which has more than 3 times its population. So we are subsidizing these energy-intensive activities by keeping energy prices too low. And therefore, one of the big changes that needs to occur in the years to come is a gradual reduction of those subsidies to avoid the distortions on consumption and production.
Gulf producers may not run out of its natural resources anytime soon, and China may continue its huge appetite for raw materials. But given the unrest and instabilities in the region, along with fundamental paradigm shifts, nothing can be concluded for certain. And experts will undoubtedly continue to monitor trends of this highly precious yet exhaustible resource. June Wrigley, 7 National News.
Dubai Airports announced its February traffic results for Dubai International today, reporting a 5.2% increase in year-on-year passenger numbers. February passenger numbers topped 3.83 million, an increase of 5.2% compared to the same month in 2010. The largest increases in total passenger numbers in February were recorded on routes to and from AGCC, the Indian subcontinent, Western Europe and Russia. Passenger totals on Middle Eastern routes dropped to just over 33,000, while a decline of just over 28,000 passengers was recorded on African routes as traffic was affected by political unrest in Tunisia, Egypt and Bahrain. The UAE's Minister of Economy has urged leading retailers to show social responsibility by reducing prices of essential goods. According to local reports, Sultan bin Saeed Al Mansouri on Sunday appealed to retailers at a meeting to monitor international prices of goods in a bid for uniformity in the country. In a statement released, the minister said shop owners needed to begin to execute practical initiatives to reduce prices and support market stability. He did, however, praise previous initiatives launched by retail outlets in the UAE in coordination with the ministry, saying they had generated a positive impact on the performance of consumer markets. According to the Dubai Blood Donation Centre, there is an ever-growing need for blood as healthcare facilities across Dubai are increasing along with the growing population. Thus, it is essential to encourage more blood donors and ensure supply is equal with demand. The recently unveiled mobile blood donation unit, presented by the Al Baraha Quran Recitation Centre, is expected to enhance the DBDC's blood collection system. Khadija Saleh has more.
Having a bus fully equipped with a waiting area and state-of-the-art facilities for blood donation is a timely gift as well as a necessity, according to the Dubai Blood Donation Center. Officials say there is a seasonal shortage of blood during the holy month of Ramadan and throughout the summer months. While they have 60,000 donors on their registry as well as enough supply at present, the demand for blood is growing faster than the collection rate. Thus, according to officials, this mobile unit will help increase their blood collection.
With the upcoming new premises in the health sector and more patients, especially with the oncology now, which is upcoming, I think we have to increase the number of collection. What we have now, it's sufficient for current, but I think we should be ready for the future, and that's why we are always trying to get the tools which can help us to increase.
Immediately after the bus was unveiled and declared open to the public by His Excellency Khalid Al-Sheikh Mubarak, Deputy Director General of the Dubai Health Authority, together with Dr. Laila Shiar, Director of the Blood Donation Center, volunteer donors were already in queue. Fortunately, many Dubai residents don't require much encouragement to give blood.
I wanted to do it before, but I could not because my hemoglobin was low. But today is it okay? I just figured out that the car is stopped here, so I wanted really to donate. I have an idea that it's increased the circulation of the blood, so I want to do.
Before also I'm making a major operation for my total hip replacement. I take this as blood before. Now I remember this. I want to giving also.
Being the only major blood bank in Dubai, it collects 50% of the total blood supply in the emirate. It services all government and private hospitals with transfusion services. 45% of the blood received is given to thalassemia patients, in addition to road accident and burn victims, patients with maternity health complications, as well as those with cancer. The DHA said the mobile facility will add to the daily blood donation campaigns already being conducted.
This one, it will help us, because each times it is going, if it is good schedule and good planning, you are talking about 50 to 70 persons donation people, it can be taken within a time. So we are planning within a month between 12 to 14 time 14 trip to collect the donations. It is within the labor camps, and it's a little bit far away, from the destination, to come, and from the point of the traffic problems.
With the bus expected to do 12 to 14 trips per month across Dubai, officials hope more residents will share 15 minutes of their time to give blood and save a life. Khadija Sali, 7 National News.
And looking abroad now, a magnitude 6.5 earthquake jolted northern Japan today, prompting officials to issue a tsunami warning that was later lifted. There have been no reports of damage, and Japanese broadcaster NHK said a 50-centimetre tsunami wave had been expected to reach the shores of Miyagi Prefecture, hit hard by the devastating earthquake and tsunami earlier this month. The Japanese government said Monday's tremor was an aftershock of the March 11th earthquake. The massive earthquake and tsunami has left more than 27,000 people dead or missing across Japan's devastated coast and damaged a nuclear plant which is leaking radiation in the worst nuclear accident in 25 years. Japan's Chief Cabinet Secretary Yukio Edano told reporters today that melting fuel rods may have contaminated the water found with high levels of radioactivity at a stricken nuclear plant over the weekend. The spike in radioactivity forced the evacuation of workers, dealing another setback to the operators of the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. Edano said the water in the basement of the building housing number 2 reactor was likely to be due to melting fuel rods that came into contact with water used to cool the reactor. He said the airborne radiation was mainly contained within the reactor building. Hidehiko Nishiyama, Deputy Director General of the Nuclear and Industrial Safety Agency, added that radiation levels in the nearby sea, which had soared on Sunday to 1,850 times normal, had come down sharply. Though experts said radiation in the Pacific waters will quickly dissipate, the levels at the site are still dangerous. And up next, Linda Berenger has the day's business news, so stay with us.